Now what I have over here is the SoundLiberty 53 from TaoTronics. I've been wanting to look at these earbuds for a very long time because they seem to offer some really good value for the price. And these has got some pretty decent reviews on Amazon. So for 45 bucks, they seem like great value for money. Now, for $45, what are you getting? You are gonna get Bluetooth 5.0, IPX7 water resistance rating, SBC AAC audio codec, support touch controls. Now, this is not something that you would normally see in earbuds at this price point, okay? And as for battery life, it's got up to 40 hours of battery in total, both in the earbuds and in the case. In the earbuds, you get 5 hours, which is okay, but in the case, you get up to 35 hours of extra playtime. So you get all of these features for $45. Sounds promising, right? But how do they measure up in terms of voice microphone quality, sound quality, and audio to video latency? To find out, I'm gonna do a series of tests, and as a benchmark, I'm gonna use what I regard as the best budget truly wireless earbuds of 2019, the Earphone 3. If you want to find out what I think of the Earphone 3, please click on this video over here. Now, let's move on to the sound quality test. I'm so excited. Let's see what's in the box. Some literature, some extra ear tips, and a micro USB cable. Yep, this still uses micro USB, not USB-C. Just so you know, the Earphone 3 uses USB-C and it's got wireless charging. So at least in terms of features, the Earphone 3, well, with the exception of battery life, the Earphone 3 seems to hold the edge. So this is the case, and these are the earbuds. The case feels kind of plasticky, but it's functional at least, and there's the micro USB port at the back. The earbuds are AirPods style, so they've got the stem and all that, but they are significantly bigger than the AirPods. Noise isolating, so that's encouraging, means that it might deliver better bass performance than earbuds without noise isolating ear tips. Let's just see how they sound, okay? I'm gonna pair this to my phone. Okay, pairs pretty quickly. Let's put this on. Yeah, it seems pretty stable. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now what I think of these earbuds in terms of sound quality. They seem to hit all of the right notes for me in terms of the clarity of the mids and the highs. They are there. In terms of how full-bodied the mids are, they are pretty much there as well. So if you like listening to a lot of vocals music, these earbuds will not disappoint. Vocals will sound very intimate and rich. Now, in terms of detail level, it's not bad. You can get a fair amount of detail from these earbuds. In terms of sound staging, pretty good as well. Not the most open and airy I've heard at this price point, but still quite acceptable. Its track separation, however, can be a little lackluster. It makes music sound tensed up. So if you like to listen to a lot of fast-paced, high-intensity music, it can sound pretty tensed up and messy at times. But if you like listening to a lot of like lower intensity, smooth jazz, vocals, R&B, then these earbuds will sound pretty good. The thing about these earbuds that I didn't quite like the most is its bass performance. Now, it does have bass. It's just that its bass performance isn't as rich or deep or resonant. It doesn't hit as low as I would have liked it to hit. But that's really down to personal preference. Not everybody likes bass that hits super low and super deep. Now, I like that kind of bass because I'm a bass head, but you may not. You may prefer a skinnier, sound signature? If so, these earbuds are for you. Otherwise, I would totally recommend an alternative pair like the earphone free. Now those earbuds can really hit very low for its price point. Now I was just taking a moment to try the earbuds touch controls, and it's a little unconventional, and I'll tell you why. It's tap on each earbud once to lower and raise the volume. Right earbud raise volume, left earbud lower volume. Double tap to pause and play. Triple tap to skip songs, and you long press to jump into the voice assistant. What's tricky about the control scheme is that if you want to control the volume but you tap too fast, you'll end up doing something else like pausing your music or skipping track. So to raise and lower the volume, you have to tap real slowly. I'm not used to that. So for me, this is a pretty unconventional touch control scheme. But the fact remains that it supports both volume controls and music controls, and that's great. Alright, now let's move on to the voice microphone test. As usual, I will be playing some really loud cafe style background noise, and I'm going to record a voice memo on my phone, starting with the SoundLiberty 53, and then I'll switch over to the earphone free because we're going to use that as the benchmark. First, the TaoTronics. Background noise, TaoTronics, record. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So what do you think of the TaoTronics voice microphone quality? Tell me in the comments section below. I feel that they both are pretty similar in terms of voice microphone quality. As far as background noise cancellation is concerned, I can't tell the difference between them. But I do think that the TaoTronics amplified my voice a little more than the earphone free. What's great about that is my voice through the TaoTronics voice microphone sounded louder, but on the flip side, it also sounded more processed than the earphone free. But nonetheless, I think they both are quite comparable in terms of voice microphone quality. But tell me in the comments section below what you think. Now it's time for the audio to video latency test. As usual, I will be using a video game for this test because it's going to be a lot more accurate testing audio latency with some real-time content like a video game instead of using a video from YouTube. Because apps like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, they tend to synchronize the audio so that the audio lines up with the video better, which is not what we want. We want the actual audio to video latency, and that can only be done through a video game. As before, I will be using both an Apple device and an Android device because Apple and Android devices, they both have different latency patterns. For an Apple device, I'm going to use the iPad 2018. For Android, I'll be using the LG V40 ThinQ equipped with the Snapdragon 855 processor. First, let's see what no lag looks like. This is audio straight from the iPad speaker, so it's going to be zero latency. Now the TaoTronics, then the earphone free. So, as you have just witnessed, they both fared just about the same on both an Apple device and an Android device. They both had, I would say, very low lag on an Apple device. There was lag, there was noticeable latency between what was happening on the screen versus the audio, but it wasn't that bad compared to what you would normally experience on an Android device, which is what we saw. We saw that on an Android device, they both had a longer lag time. But the difference in lag between an Android device and an Apple device has got nothing to do with the earbuds. It's got to do with the way Bluetooth was implemented on both of these disciplines, if you will. But whatever the case, and this is something that I need to clear up, this lag that you see here is mostly just for when you are playing video games. If you are watching a video on your device, most likely the lag would be a lot smaller because the video app will actively correct the latency to make the video sync up better with the audio. Now, what do I think overall of the TaoTronics SoundLiberty 53? If you can overlook the fact that these do not have USB-C fast charging, does not have wireless charging, does not do bass the way most bass heads would like their bass to sound, at $45 it's very hard to say no to the SoundLiberty 53, because probably the one factor about these earbuds that really does it for me is these earbuds have a total battery life of up to 40 hours. 5 hours in the earbuds, 7 extra charges in the case. If you were to use these earbuds every single day throughout the week, you wouldn't need to charge these earbuds until the end of the week, and that's great. As for its build quality, yes, its case feels plasticky, but the earbuds themselves, they feel like the build quality is really not bad, and it's noise isolating too. So if you want to use this on your daily commute, so be it. Grab one, grab two, pop them in your ear. Touch controls take care of almost everything, including volume controls. This is something that at this price point you don't usually see. And it's IPX7 water resistant, so take it to the gym, take it outside running, hit the treadmill with these earbuds. I'm sure that it will be quite stable in your ear, because when I tried it earlier, it didn't fall out easily, and it's quite lightweight too. So I think they make some rather cheap, decent workout earbuds as well. $45, TaoTronics SoundLiberty 53. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, would you kindly do me the honor of punching that like button with a vengeance, Bruce Lee style, and sharing this video with your friends and family like a Care Bear, your neighborhood Winnie the Pooh. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and remember to ring the bell to join my notification squad, because I upload new videos every single week, and this is the only way YouTube will notify you of new content from this channel. And I'll see you again, bros and sisters, in the next one. If you're a humble person like me, this shirt is a great way to show your friends how humble you really are. And whenever you look in the mirror, to admire yourself of course, it will also help to remind you to always be humble. So guys, this is a pretty fun shirt to wear. You can check it out in the link below. It's available in t-shirt, tank top, and hoodie. Your purchase helps keep this channel going, and I appreciate your support, bros.